CSIS, which is a military think tank, did an excellent report talking about the long lead times required to replenish our arsenals of all these weapons. And we have substantially depleted ourselves by giving so much to Ukraine. Like you said, even if the war stopped today, it would take us years to replenish all of these stockpiles. So, by continuing to give whatever little we make ourselves now, we're jeopardizing our own security and the security
David,
of other allies who we may have longstanding commitments to.
David, I want to pick up on that point because I don't think people realize how extraordinarily stressed the defense industrial base is in our country. Ron talked about this a little bit, but if you look at the most critical weapon supplies for any potential conflict, whether it's in Eastern Europe or Asia, there's a lot of overlap. It's not complete, but you need things like javelins, you need Patriots, you need Tomahawks, those are the missile systems, you need 155 millimeter artillery shells. All of these systems are incredibly stressed by the Ukraine conflict, and all of them we're depleting. Even with the $61 billion worth of investments contemplated in this bill, we're all contemplating spending down those resources much faster than we can replenish them under any scenario. It's especially troubling if you start to look into the supply chain stuff. I mean, I know you guys know a lot about this, but solid rocket motors, which are one of the critical components of any of the missile systems that we use, they're under an incredible amount of stress. We cannot possibly make enough of them to support the missile systems necessary in Europe and to provide for our own contingencies if, God forbid, some conflict erupted in East Asia or somewhere else. So we're actually creating the circumstances where a war could break out in some part of the world, and we couldn't fight it because we don't make enough bullets and we don't have enough missiles. And this is particularly pertinent to the argument that Ukraine advocates make, that if we somehow give up in Ukraine, then Xi is going to march right into Taiwan. We're going to sort of promote an aggressive China by not continuing to fund Ukraine indefinitely. One of the classic formulations of foreign policy deterrence is that it's a combination of resolve and capacity. These guys are all talking about resolve, about bumping out our chest and demanding that the Chinese do this or that, and showing that we're going to be with Ukraine for the next 5 years if it takes that long, the next 10 years if it takes that long. The Chinese don't give a damn how much we thump our chest. They care about whether we have capacity, whether we have munitions and missiles and bullets that we would need. And that's where this war is such a huge drain on resources.